Hello, everybody. I'm Kim,
And I'm Andie.
and together
we
we are
make the
I Wonder Sisters.
we are
Okay,
the I Wonder
what do we want to?
Sisters.
Let's decide today. We are
Okay.
together. We are the I
I
Wonder
Wonder
Sisters.
Sisters.
Together we make the I Wonder Sisters. We are the I Wonder
Okay.
Sisters, though. Okay. Okay. Welcome, everybody, and we thank everybody that is going to watch this upload to YouTube, and we thank Moody Thursday for the inspiration too. We just want to say thank you. We want to thank Bree, Nim's Divination, on Instagram, and Nim's Div, I think, on Periscope, where she spends a lot of time. Bree Ferguson is her name, and Moody Thursday. So thank you guys for inspiring us to get going with these videos. So today is actually going to be part one of a series about goddesses. And Andie bought a beautiful deck. And so we're going to explore her deck in 5 different videos. And so we're going to do 2 goddesses a video. Okay. And it's really just to like, it's for our exploration, because there's some of the goddesses I haven't ever heard of. Some I know a little bit about. So we really just want to share with you and anyone who is actually maybe looking for a matron goddess.
Mhm.
I think this series will be good for you and interesting for you. And also, if you just want to know what goddess to go to for certain aspects of your life, I think this series will also work for that as well, because that's one of the things that we want to share is how do I work with this goddess, and what are her like her specialties. So we chose 2 goddesses today, and the first goddess, you want to go first?
You can go first.
Okay, all right. So the first goddess that I chose for week 1 is Pele. And we want to, I'm going to try to get the sun out of that a little bit. Okay, it's Pele. And it says divine passion. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? And I really, first of all, the fire aspect of this card is what drew me to want to talk about this today. I'm like a person of action. Like I really always feel like if I set a goal, or if I have a dream, or I need to sweep the floor or something. So I was really drawn to this card because there's so many beautiful goddesses in that deck. And who it's a Doreen Virtue deck, right?
It is. It's a Doreen Virtue deck. It's called the Goddess Guidance Oracle.
Yes. And I love the deck. And so I want to just talk a little bit about Pele. First of all, just so that you know, she's an Hawaiian volcano goddess. Okay. And you can see that in her representation here as she's reaching up towards everything that she desires. And what I love about the explanation in the book about Pele is that Doreen Virtue talks a lot about honoring our dreams, and the way that they put the explanation in the book, I thought was just, it really, really like hit the nail on the head, because they talk about the fact that just the way we honor so many other things in this world, the way we honor nature, the way we honor our existence, even the way that we honor other people, and we even honor other people's dreams. We honor other people's goals. And so many of us feel as if though our dreams are not as important, or dreams in general, our desires are not as important as other things. And so Pele comes in to say, yes, that your dreams are as important. Um, they're very much important. They're a part of a gift to you. I love that saying that says, if you have a desire for it, even if you've never done it, um, the universe has a way for you to do that. You're not going to have a desire planted within your heart and have no way to actually get to it. Now you can make a choice and change your mind. You can change your mind and just not go forward towards that dream. However, if something is planted in your heart, there is a way for you to get there and for you to do it. The universe will come together if that is truly what you desire. I also, we're going to be looking in the book to make sure we cover everything that we talked about the goddesses. Um, I love the message on the card when it says, be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Because so many times, too many times, we spend so much energy and time on things that we really don't want. We might have wanted this thing 10 years ago. We might have wanted it when we were 19, and now we're 40, and we haven't allowed ourselves to go back and reassess our passions. We haven't allowed ourselves to really go back and say, do I still want these things? And when I think about that, who I was in my 20s and my goals then, they're nothing at all like my goals now. And some people may not change as drastically, but we all do change and we all do shift. And there's nothing wrong with going back and to yourself and saying, what is it that I really desire for my life today? And I find that I do that quite often. And I think that Andie does that as well, pretty naturally. Like, I'm not going to force myself into something that I might have promised myself or someone else 25 years ago.
Well, we're always evolving. And through that evolution, our likes and dislikes change, our desires and dreams change, our hair color changes. I mean, indeed, everything is constantly in flux.
Exactly. And that's why Andie and I always say the best thing to do is to do your best to make friends with change. If you can make friends with change, then things can go a lot smoother for you. You can see it as an opportunity to maybe follow a path that is calling you right now, instead of one that you may have chosen or that was actually calling you 25 years ago, but you're completing that cycle. And you may have completed it 15 years ago,
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to ask yourself questions constantly. I mean, that's the only way to me to be at peace and to be really happy. So also Andie and I were talking and we were talking about the cards and how they relate to the tarot. And Pele, to both of us, of course, is fire, the wands, action, inspired action. She's a source of inspiration, and she will allow you to really feel glorious about what it is that you want, to feel deserving about what you want. And if you look at the picture and you see how the volcano is pouring down on her, and she's just reaching up in all her gloriousness and saying, yes, these dreams, the fruition of everything that I have desired is coming to me, and I'm reaching up to get it. So if you don't feel that way right now about what you've been calling your passion, or your dream or your goal, then probably your dream and your goal need to be reassessed, and so that you can feel passionate about it, and that you're not just going through the motions of action, but instead having inspired action. So that's Pele. Beautiful, beautiful card. And just ask yourself the question, don't be afraid to say, what is my heart's desire today? Um, so many people answer to so many other people in their lives, but this is about your life. It's about your dreams, and anybody that truly loves you and wants you to be happy wants you to find that passion, the real thing that you came here to do. The person that you've grown into, as Andie said, changed and evolved into. Anybody that loves you wants you to fully realize that. So that's Pele.
Okay, and the goddess I chose, you can't really see it very well, but it's Aeracura. Aeracura, and under her name it says blossoming. And the words written under the photograph are, "You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process, and do not give up." This is Max, everybody, by the way. And he's going down.
He's so heavy.
Oh,
He's a boulder.
Aeracura is definitely an earth goddess. She's considered a mother figure and is very often depicted with a cornucopia, which symbolizes abundance. And she's a Celtic and Germanic goddess. In the book that we read, she's really all about the process of becoming and living through the process is not always fun. And she calls on us to find patience and um, and thoughtfulness through the process. Um, any kind of change, as we just said, is riddled with discomfort and and a dog. And we have to bear that discomfort if we want to become butterflies and soar. And Aeracura is all about that. She is, as an earth goddess, related in the tarot to the pentacles. And she's all about bringing change and helping you to begin anew and to find that place in yourself that is ready to transform.
Yeah.
It's all about transformation.
And readiness too.
Yeah.
You can't be forced into that, you know.
You have to be available to transformation in order to transform. And she is all about transformation. If I could liken her to any other animal, I would say it would be the butterfly, because according to her, right now, you're in the cocoon, transforming, becoming, enriching yourself. And if you can be patient enough through the process, you're going to come out so beautiful and so knowledgeable and so aware, and you will take off and fly.
Yeah, and you know, I was going to say too that that card reminds me of when Andie and I first started I Wonder Sisterhood, the blog. And there was so many things, I think about it often, so many other opportunities we get now to help women and to speak to women and to do readings and things like that, you know, came about basically 3 years, almost 3 years later. And so I say to myself now many times, you know, wow, that was such great preparation. Like there were so many things that I didn't know then about a lot of what I Wonder Sisterhood really wanted to give. And all those things really took time. And, you know, we went through periods of frustration. Is anybody going to care? Why are we writing? Is anybody reading it? You know, and things like that. And that's very normal, you know, but I have to say, looking back, that it was all so very necessary. I mean, it really is, because how we're changing is so natural now.
Yeah.
You know,
it feels like the transformation is flowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Kim and I had to prepare in many ways for this transformation.
Yeah.
we had to look within ourselves as individuals and also look at ourselves as a unit and as the I Wonder sisters and decide what road we wanted to take
Yeah.
and how we wanted to manifest our gifts and our abilities.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And it's still, I mean, and I think it's interesting because we're probably in another cocoon now.
yeah, it's true. I think in many ways we go from one to another,
Another. Hmm.
you know, and Aeracura is all about finding finding yourself in not being in distress through the
Hmm.
process.
Yeah.
You know, the word process is used so much. People say, "Oh, I have to process this feeling." You know, I'm desperate and I have to live through it and all this stuff. But the process is an active motion.
Hmm.
It's moving constantly. It's like a river flowing. And living through a process is so healthy and so much a part of what being alive is. And we're constantly going through different processes.
Yeah.
And Kim and I are probably going through one now.
Yeah.
You
It's
know, I
true.
mean, I Wonder Sisters has changed dramatically
Mhm.
since the 3 years ago that we started,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
definitely. And you know, what I think helped us a lot, you know, like really truly, if I would have known about this goddess, you know, I would have been known to be able to work with her. And that's one of the things that we want to share. During those times, I was really feeling like, oh, Andy, should we keep doing this? You know, all these different things. Should we change? Should we, you know, because I Wonder Sisters is us, you know, it's us. It's like our business is us, you know. And so I was feeling a lot of that, you know, and I kept saying, Kim, it really hasn't been that long. Like, really, in my mind, I knew that, but still, the impatience there of wanting it to go from the newborn, you know, into an adult business was there for me, you know. So I would have definitely have used this goddess, worked with her, called upon her had I known about her, and I will do that now. And when Annie was talking about how she also her characteristics represent the butterfly, I think that the artist kind of thought that too in a way, you
Mm-hmm.
know, because she's kind of like butterfly and a flower all rolled into one here. And so I'm sure that that came through for the artist as well. So call upon her, because I think this is something that most of the people that would be watching us would be going through. There, you know, a lot of you are solopreneurs, you know, entrepreneurs. You might have a team, but you're still a small business. Your business is you, you know. And so if you need her, call upon her. And it's interesting because also, you know, these two goddesses seem very different, you know, but in reality, Pele is telling you to really put your dreams and your goals, you know, at a high level of priority in your life. Feel deserving. You know, they should be important. You know, and they work together, I think, very well. You know, because in that process, in that process of first of all finding out exactly what it is you want, you know, what you really truly want, you know, it's not going to turn around and come to you the next day, the next month, or probably not the next year. But then comes walks in Aeracura, and she can be there for you during those times when a year seems like 5 or 6 have gone by, and you've done all this work and it seems like nothing's really happening, you know. So yeah, I love
Something
her.
is always happening.
Yeah.
You know, whether you're aware of it or not, something is always happening.
Yes.
And the process that we talk about is really what life is. Life is a process.
Mhm.
You're a work in progress, and transformation happens cyclically. You're always transforming.
Yeah.
And like I said before, it's not always a comfortable place to be. Sometimes transformation is made easy by circumstance. But when you talk about transforming from within, you have to search yourself. And in doing so, you have to deal with certain pain, certain memories, um, stuff like that. And um,
Yeah, and parts of your shadow self that might be holding you back,
yeah,
that you may have to deal with that and sort through that before things begin to really flow, and I'm just beginning with that. That spiritual work for me is just in its baby stages. In 2017 will be a time where I will really delve into the shadow aspects of myself and see what I can transform, not necessarily get rid of. You don't have to just take parts of yourself. Bless you. We have
thank you.
such um allergy issues here. But yeah, it's not that you have to get rid of chunks of yourself when you find them or face them always. Some things, yes, maybe are too destructive, and maybe you can't transform it into something that is more positive. But there are things about yourself that can be transformed through that work. So that may also be a part of your journey as well, having to really get down to doing that work too,
And Kim and I, on our blog, you'll see that it says we're all about radical self acceptance. And Kellyanne Maddox talks about Self Love September. And I think Self Love September is a wonderful exercise for everybody, and everybody should do it with her when September rolls around. But self love is something that you work at on a daily basis. Whatever you may learn from Kellyanne in Self Love September is something that you must apply
Yeah.
every day. And it's not always easy to do. You have to practice like you would practice the violin,
Yes, exactly.
because you're coming up against parts of yourself that irk you, that make you angry, that shame you. Um,
Yeah.
and self acceptance is all about embracing the totality of who you are. And Kim and I work a lot on that with clients,
And yeah, and ourselves.
and ourselves. Yes.
Still always that too is like never ending. But there are certain phases that you can complete, with that, just as with everything. Once you deal with it and do whatever you decide you're going to do with it, okay, with that aspect of you, once you do that, then you move on to the next thing. You don't have to keep revisiting that. If you feel the need to keep revisiting it, then something's going on with it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but I wanted to not forget to mention about Aeracura. The other thing about her that's so wonderful is she responds to your earthly needs.
Oh,
And
yes.
I love
Yes.
that.
Yes. When you are in need, you can call on Aeracura, because she is an earth goddess and represents the pentacles.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
she is
there.
responsive to and available to you when you are in need. You
Yeah.
can call upon her to help you through a difficult period. And when I say she's an earth goddess, I mean that she deals in the physical world.
Yes, yeah.
The
Money,
right,
food.
right,
Yeah,
the reality that we live from day to day.
yeah,
And so she's very practical and very resourceful, and she can help you with your own resourcefulness during times of need. So she's a good goddess to call upon when you're struggling.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Like really struggling. I mean, they call her in the book, that sometimes she's an emergency cash goddess. Something comes up that you really need to get done and you don't have what it takes to do it. She's there for that as well as all of the spiritual aspects of yourself too. I mean, because we are here on earth and it's a lot to deal with. It really is. So we want to just say thank you so much. And we want to mention too that we're going to be doing these uploads on Sundays. Okay. And then after the goddess series, there'll be another series. So Sundays are going to be sort of like instructional days. And then Thursdays we'll upload our regular chats. And I'll try to do some vlogging for you guys and maybe put that in with it, um, and see how that works. So, but yeah, Thursdays will be the days with that we'll share our conversations about ourselves, life, spirituality, how to apply things to your daily life, as Andie said, because they're no good if they can't work while you're still here. Okay. So Sundays and Thursdays look for new videos and we can do this.
Yes, we can.
My goodness, we're so lucky to be able to do this, and to have the free time, and to have control of our time.
Yeah.
So yeah. So thank you. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I don't think so. I just want to tell you that it's our joy to have you share our videos.
Yeah.
And it's our joy to share ourselves with you guys.
Yeah.
And we're nothing if not straight up and real.
Yeah, exactly. So iwondersisterhood.com. We're on Instagram all the time. As at I Wonder Sisters. So join us there too if you want to see some really cool pics of our day and things like that. So we've almost at 30 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
So once again, thank you guys. Have a lovely week. Go on Instagram and also iwondersisterhood.com for the reading for the week as well. And Andie does the weekend reading on Thursdays. So you can go on Instagram at iwondersisters or just go on the blog iwondersisterhood.com and check for the weekly tarot/oracle forecast and the weekend tarot/oracle forecast. So bye-bye.
Bye.